And then, of course, and then we want to talk about Garrosh 2.0, realizing that I don't think Garrosh really became the bad guy until Mists of Pandaria. Like, if you want to talk Garrosh and Cataclysm, he kind of really wasn't doing anything wrong. I mean, the war sparks up again. He, of course, invades into Ashenvale because he needs to secure the resources there. And then you talk about his attack on Gilneas. Well, Gilneas is this place right to the south of Lordaeron. It's really, even though like Gilneas always, like Greymane always kind of did his own thing. Like even when he was part of the alliance, he was always kind of part of the alliance reluctantly. And so if they if they talk Greymane into rejoining, there's Gilneas. It's this huge thing. It's a threat. It's just a threat. Like even if they don't join the alliance, it's a threat. So like we need to
Peace,
like
friend.
just eliminate this. Plus, I think it's mostly because he wanted Gilneas because Lordaeron does not really have a port, and that I think they wanted a naval base. And
Walk
if you
beneath
look
the earth, mother.
at where Gilneas is, like right here, it's this great little military, like it's just strategic. Like it's just best to have it. I'm pretty sure there was like a little port over here, but we can't let the Alliance have it. It'd be really strategic for us. We need this port in the Eastern Kingdoms. I'm pretty sure that was the big huge reason behind it. It's like we need this port. And Sylvanas is like, yes, and I can attack it, and I can get more undead, and like also eliminate this threat to my people. Because again, like even if they don't join the alliance, Gilneas clearly doesn't want like us, and it's not until long until they come out and like attack us. So,
Ah, I've been expecting you.
and then also when you talk about, and again, I don't remember how it actually started because I didn't play in um the pre-Kata stuff. I came back right when Kata had already launched, and so I don't know if the Alliance invaded. I'm pretty sure it's my understanding, and I could be completely wrong about this. The Alliance invaded um, the Barrens really before Kata started. So you kind of have this situation where I feel like the Alliance, like Varian, just got a huge murder boner on. He's like, I gotta go ahead and invade and stop this. I think it's the whole like idea. We need to stop this war before it starts. And of course, Jaina's like, come on, can't we have peace? Because Jaina's this voice of reason, which talking about how Jaina is just kind of this character, and I think she's always kind of been this. Well, she was this kind of alliance conscience. Like, oh, well, Thrall's not that bad of a guy. They just want to live in peace. We don't really need to do this. And of course, Kevin Stan, like, she stood up to her father. She betrayed Kulturas to stop her father from like doing some bad shit. Like, she realized her father was wrong. It's like, I'm dad. I can't really support you in this. Like, I'm gonna turn my back and you know let these horde heroes totally murder you, which is one of the reasons why she gets arrested. Um, and so if like Varian just sends all these troops through Theramore into the Barrens and like starts attacking stuff, and I'm pretty sure the Cataclysm kind of just stops that because Deathwing returns, and that puts just a halt to the war once again. Because okay, well now we can't have this war, but I mean Garrosh, I mean that's what he's doing. He's fighting a war, and like he doesn't really do anything wrong. And you talk about the destruction of Theramore. Well, he kind of has a right to destroy it. I mean, the Alliance is sending just huge amounts of troops and supplies through it. It kind of turns it into this military target. And ooh, okay, gotta kill a keeper now. Which here I am playing basically in post Kata storyline here in Ashenvale. And we talk about here I am, an assassin for the Horde, going to go up here and kill this keeper. Dude, wait, where is he? Oh, Oh, that's right, I forgot how these tree things work. And it really wasn't, of course, again, no, I don't think it really was until Mist to Pandaria. Of course, then we talk about how, let's see if I do this. How, it really wasn't, again, till Mists that he really is doing anything really wrong, and that they should do. And I think that's the whole point of Mist was to say, hey, this war you all are fighting is kind of wrong, and you shouldn't be doing that, especially here. Like, don't do that here. And I think they were trying to, like, the Pandarans were kind of, spitting a thesis at both of our asses there, sort of deal. And like, and then that turns out to be like that one black dragon who kind of went off the deep end. It's like, well, if we're going to defeat the Legion, we like really need like a super strong force. And clearly, like, instead of like, hey, let's try to put aside our differences and make one giant super force. Take the two giant powers on the face of this planet and make them into one even bigger, awesomer fighting force. Let's just have one try and kill like the other, and then clearly whichever one is still standing is going to be the one that works. And of course that backfires, and Pandaria gets screwed up because of it, and then Garrosh gets put on trial, and then of course the dragon helps him escape and create the Iron Horde, because the whole point of the Iron Horde is to come conquer Azeroth, and then the Iron Horde will then defeat the Legion. Like, that was that whole point of all that, which is kind of convoluted and weird and just seems like filler. And so now, like, which I have no clue what Sylvanas is doing during Mists or Warlords. Like, oh, that's Stranglethorn. I don't want to go to Stranglethorn. So she doesn't really have any character development until Legion, which she kind of just, I think that's why a lot of people, like, there's two whole expansion where she doesn't really appear, and so I think a lot of people just forgot about Sylvanas, to be honest. And then I think that's why a lot of people were surprised when she gets made War Chief, because it's like, hold on, wait a minute, like, what? Oh, did I just walk through the wrong? I just walked through the wrong place. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, she's the thing with the thing, and she does stuff. And now she's War Chief. And then, of course, we talk about Genn and his little war against her, which, I mean, that's like, oh, we gotta get PvP alive, and that kind of makes sense, because he's still mad from Cataclysm, where, she invaded his kingdom and killed his son, and then, of course, now he thinks that she's betrayed the Alliance because she calls the retreat, even though, I think, like, the Horde players all know that's not what happened. Like, the Horde is getting overrun, and they have to retreat, and, like, she really has nothing to do with Varian getting killed. But he's going to blame her anyway because, well, Genn's a racist.